Hey, this is KT doing a quick masscast. This will be masscast number 3. And I just wanted to briefly talk about both yesterday's action where we blew whistles at the Obama speech, and that I'd really like to see that go everywhere. Anywhere Obama goes, there should be whistles blown. And also, of course, I want to talk about IDP NSA, our reaction to some of the Snowden leaks. Mass Ops will be leading a march starting at 4 p.m. Friday, so tomorrow, at Dewey Square, and that's across from South Station in Boston. And if you can come out, you totally should. What we're going to be doing is walking around to various PRISM corporations, the corporate sponsors of our NSA, and we're going to be dropping off cease and desist letters. We're hoping mostly that this tactic will be used to, raise awareness, not only of random crowds, and of course of people who are just interested in what's going on with the Snowden leak, but also maybe some of the people who work there. Earlier this week, we went out a couple of times flyering and put a couple hundred flyers up and handed out a couple hundred flyers to just random people, and just had some wonderful conversations out on the streets with folks. But the one that stuck with me the most is absolutely the woman who works for Verizon, who saw us, stopped us, asked us what we were doing, and when we explained to her what we were doing, she was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." That was just a absolutely beautiful moment that, I'm excited that I get to carry with me. So I'm hoping for more things like that, and I want it to spread to, more people than just me. I think everybody should get to have that experience where you're like standing up for something that's right, and somebody who you think might be working on the other side is like, "No, man, I get it. It's awesome. Go you." It's really neat. Okay, so hopefully we can get some of that experience. Even if not, we're going to have a fun trolley time. I'm sure we're going to do a little bit of theater outside some of the stores and outside the corporate offices for Verizon and whatnot. It'll be great, and I hope everyone comes out. Now, yesterday, this was not specifically under the Mass Ops banner, but it included me, and I'm a Mass Ops member, so I'm going to just go ahead and include it here. This wasn't my idea or a Mass Ops idea either. I just, all credit where it's due, which is somewhere else, although I'm not sure what name I'm supposed to use. So, just out of respect, I'm not going to use a name, but a group of 6 people, myself included, infiltrated the Obama speech for Ed Markey. And what we did was we found a spot in the free seats not seats, standing room, but over by a riser, where we could kind of get up and shout and whistle. Now, what we were going to do, and what we did actually, is in solidarity with whistleblowers like Snowden, like Manning, like the person who's serving jail time right now over Fast and Furious. The only person serving jail time so far for that case is the whistleblower. Obama's track record on whistleblowing is just horrendous. So what we did was, whistleblowing is not a crime. Free Bradley Manning. And so we got up on the riser and started doing that. The crowd turned. Oh man, it really is a cult of personality. We actually were physically attacked by at least one member of the crowd. I got shoved by somebody who has to outweigh me by at least twice my body weight, and from behind. Yeah. I thought I was going to turn around and see like the Secret Service very angry, and it was just some guy, and I'm like, this is way scarier. Secret Service has rules, man. This crowd was ready to kill us at an Obama rally. Ooh, scary stuff. And they did. They spun around and started shouting out, "Obama, Obama," at us. But, we weren't really there for their hearts and minds. We were there for yours, and we were there to reach out to other activist groups and give them a blueprint to work off of. Go anywhere that Obama is speaking, and interrupt him with whistleblows. It's simple, it's effective. You probably want to be somewhere where they can extract your ass pretty quickly before the Obama nuts take you to pieces, but it's a very clear message, and it's one worth doing. One of our group did get arrested, and actually, then I hopped ahead. The Secret Service detained me specifically. That's my new this awkward moment when you see all of your friends being released and sent out the front door while the Secret Service needs to talk to you more. Shades of the Florida kid who gets questioned for 8 hours and his friend gets let go and then he gets a bullet in the back of the head. No, actually, to be honest, the Secret Service guy was friendly, professional, and, was very much within the law. I, congratulate him, or commend him, I suppose, is a better word, because he handles himself professionally like a law enforcement agent, and I get that. And seeing as how this was civil disobedience, I understand why they would hold me. Anyway, this is also why you don't talk to police. This is something very important. And Secret Service is law enforcement, is police, is don't talk to them. Okay, so the only reason that I was not arrested yesterday is because I didn't cooperate with the police and would not talk to them. When they asked, I very politely said, I'm not going to talk until I have legal representation. And they said, call your lawyer. And I was like, oh, wow, this is new. I've never had this one done before. Okay. Right, so now what? One of the other group members gave me their phone and was like, this is your lawyer. And I called the number and it was disconnected. So that was another exciting moment. I then told them again, I cannot talk to you until I have legal representation, because they requested my identification again, asked me a couple of other questions, and I was like, I cannot answer questions until I have legal representation. So I guess at that point they realized that the only way they were going to have an interview with me was to actually arrest me, and then process me, and then get me a public defender, and then deal probably with whoever else all of my group sent in to help. And they realized that it just wasn't fucking worth it. They were going to have to put somebody there, for the next 3 days to try to process me. So they were like, you know what? We've had a change of heart. We're letting you go. That's wonderful. Thank you. Goodbye. So this is why you do not talk to the police. Talking to the police can literally only bury your ass. And that's not just even if you've done civil disobedience. The police cannot testify on your behalf. They can only testify against you. And I know I've talked about this before, but it bears repeating. Literally, it got me out of Secret Service detention yesterday. So, yes, pay attention. Okay. So, unfortunately, one of my other group members was arrested, turned around the corner. Everybody else had gone out the door, and what happened, at least from what I saw, was her hands were cuffed behind her back, and she was backed up against a wall. What she told us after she was bailed out yesterday, everyone is free, safe, clear, and hopefully at home having drinks. I know I did last night. I needed that, man. Secret Service. Holy crap, right? Anyway, so what she explained to us after she was detained was that a police officer who recognized her and who she recognized from Occupy Boston had grabbed her bad shoulder and was leading her out by pushing her bad shoulder. And despite her requests that he stop touching her bad shoulder, he would not stop. And that she flinched away from him, and he screamed assault and then arrested her. So she was booked, she was processed and whatnot. We will see if there's going to be a court date to go to for that. But as of now, everybody is out on bail. And the only arrest was not specifically tied to the action we took. So for any of you considering blowing the whistle on Obama in solidarity with the whistleblowers, I strongly encourage it as a seemingly effective, generally not arrestable offense. Alright, so please come out tomorrow, 4 p.m., Dewey, and remember, don't ever, 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 and just when you were thinking maybe it was done, ever, speak to the police. Be well, and check out massops.weebly.com. That's massops.weebly.com. And check out the MassOps Facebook and Twitter accounts. Twitter is mass_ops. Okay, take care. This is KT. Bye.